Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We have a ton of content coming out for you guys every single week. We don't want you to miss a thing. Our usual shout out of appreciation to our patrons. All those tips and support are highly appreciated. It's only going to go towards making the channel better. We're hoping to add a lot more games to the channel, such as roulette, video keno, video poker, carnival games, things along those lines. We just want to do it right, which is going to be very expensive, so it's going to take some time. You could help us out if you wanted to. If not, no big deal. We appreciate you guys just tuning in, but if you're curious about it, go ahead and check the description down below this video on the patronage. And for our patrons, we do hope you are appreciating those patron-only exclusive videos we're putting out for you guys every single week. If you have anything you'd like to see, just email us on the site. We're more than happy to film it for you. As for the rest of you, please continue tuning in. We have, like I said, a ton of content coming out. And if you have any suggestions, questions, strategies, anything related to craps, baccarat, blackjack, pai gow, casinos, Vegas in general, just go ahead and shoot us an email at sincityliving@gmail.com. We absolutely love to shoot these videos for you guys. It is our favorite thing to do. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into today's video. So for today's video, I want to show you guys something that happened on a real game. When I was dealing, I was on the base, and it was very, very interesting, and it was a whole bunch of fun. Now, I'm going to preface this with telling you that I do not remember, this is years ago, and I do not remember the actual sequence of what rolled and what numbers rolled, but I do remember how it started, and I remember how it ended. So let me show you guys that much, and I'll be able to extrapolate other rolls. I'll just show you guys what happened with it. And what had happened is a player did a dollar bet for us. $1. He said, bet it on anything you want, and it's player control. Do what you wish with it. Okay? I put it on the 9. I think I did that because it was where his only place bet was. I wanted to be where he was. So I put it on the 9. Now, I can't remember what rolled, but at some point a 9 rolled. And I took that dollar and I put it on the 6. I can't tell you what rolled from there, but I do know that something rolled, and I slowly built this up. Every time something hit, added a dollar. I slowly built it up until I had $6 across. Okay? Now, from here, I'm going to show you just examples of what rolled and what I probably did until I get to the end point. I just want to show you guys where we ended with this. This was basically a miracle roll for the dealers. Something hit, and I added the dollar. Didn't matter which one hit. I only paid $1, so I added the dollar to the 6. Why the 6? My first thing I try and do when I'm doing these is I'm either going to try and get the 6 and 8 proper, or at least up to $3. I'm going to try and get the 6 and 8 up to $3. Because from $3, either one of them hits, I can make them proper. After that, I try and get the 5 and 9 up to $3. The reason the $3 is my point right there is because that's the first spot where it pays an extra dollar. 3 pays 4. And then my goal is to get the 4 and 10 up to $2, because at $2, it pays $3. And at that point now, I can get up to proper bets on one hit of those individual numbers. So my first goal is to get $3 each, $3 each, and $2 each. After that, my goal is to get to proper bets. Okay, even if I'm going across, I'm trying to get to proper bets. So as this went, anything else hit, any other number hit, I'm going to go to the 6. Now, if the 8 were to roll, I would probably just put it on the 8. But if the 6 were to roll, I would go ahead and bring the 6 up. So I kept these going as they rolled until I got to this point. Then, as long as the 6 or 8 doesn't hit, now I'm going to start working on what I said, the 5 and 9. Right? So something hit, I'd add $1 to the 9. Now, if the 9 were to hit, and let's say it did, because not everything would have gone in perfect sequence. So I would have had a couple of oddball ones. So let's say the 9 were to hit here. Well, this $2 would pay $2. I would take $1, put it on the 9, and take the other $1 and put it on the 5. Right? Because again, I'm trying to get up to these spots. Now, as an example, let's say the 6 were to roll. Well, that 3 pays 3, and I'm just going to go like that and make it proper. Right? Now let's assume that the 5 hits. Well, that $3 pays you $4. So I'm going to make it proper. I'm going to pay 5 for 4, or for 1, for 4. Now, I already have $2 on the 5, so I'm just going to put a buck on it. Now I'm going to put $1 on the 4. So now let's say the 4 hits. So that $2 is going to pay 3. So I'm just going to go straight to making it proper. Now, possibly the 5 hits. Right? So we're at $3. So once again, we're going to pay it 5 for 1. Now I've got $2 extra. Well, I don't necessarily need to come over here. So I'm just going to put it directly onto the 10. Now that $3 will pay $5. So let's say that were to hit. Because again, I don't remember the exact sequence. I just remember what I was doing and where it got. So that $3 pays 5. Well, I have $3 left over. At a certain point, I had turned a $1 9 into 32 across for the dealers. It all started with $1. This player was really amusing because he was tipping us also, but he was very curious. He was tipping more money because a couple times he put us across. He was tipping more money, but tipping it directly into our tip box, because he was curious to see. He was amused to see what I could do with that $1 if we hit a good roll. Because he was what was going on was I had taught him how to press his bets, so I was basically playing his money as well. I was pressing for him, and I was doing the mid-press method, if you guys have watched those videos. So I was doing the mid-press method for him. So he was just standing there collecting money. So he's making money as his bets are getting bigger, and he's just watching me turn $1 into a 32 across, but I was not done. As we kept going, something hits. Now let's say the 9 hits, okay? So the 9 hits, well, it pays $7. What am I likely to do? Collect $1, and then press that 6 or 8. Because again, I'm going for the ones that are most commonly rolled first. So now let's say the 8 hits. So the 8 would hit, it would pay $12, right? Well, I could press the 6 up to 12, or I'm sorry, the 8 would pay 14. I can press the 6 up to 12. Now I still have $8 left over. What am I going to do? I'm going to press the 9, collect the rest. Now if a 5 were to roll, pretty simple. I'm going to collect the 5, press the 5, collect the rest. For a 10 roll, I would do the same thing, but what most likely happened is something else. One of these others, the inside numbers, most likely rolled, so I got paid 14. And I pressed. I had the dealers at 64 across, including the point, off of a $1 player-controlled dealer 9. Now, from there, we mostly collected. It was mostly collect and press is what we were going for at this point. Collect, press 1 unit, collect, press 1 unit, collect, press 1 unit. And I do remember that I finished up with where else? There it is. Oh, actually, I do remember that this is where I finished. I finished here, and this whole stack we had collected, plus, again, as his bets were getting pressed, he was just throwing in more money, because he would have tipped us a lot more across, except that he was just amused by what we were doing with this $1. So he was making sure that we were still making money as we would have made money. So we made this whole stack, plus probably another 150 or so off of him on this was probably a 25-minute roll, somewhere along those lines. But this was basically a miracle roll for the dealers. It's not the only time that I've managed to press this up to 64 across, but it is the smallest dollar amount I ever had for the dealers, and was able to get us up to 64 across. So it was pretty crazy. So I hope you guys find this interesting, amusing, enlightening, just plain fun. Thank you guys very much for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now.